This video is brought to you by my good friends at WorldPoint. They are my go-to place to source any and all of your training equipment and AHA curriculum needs. They literally carry everything that you need and vet it all to make sure that they're selling only high quality products. On top of that, their customer service is fantastic, and they provide same-day free shipping with no minimum purchase amounts. I highly encourage you to check them out and partner with them for your future training needs. Hey guys, Andrew with CPR Instructor Affiliates, powered by Prime Medical Training. We're a national AHA training center, and today we're taking a look at Prestan's Professional Series of AED trainers. So the Professional Series comes both as individual AED trainers and in this 4-pack here. So when you open it up, pull one out. This is what it's going to look like. Now, the Professional Series is their first AED trainer, and then they came out later with the Ultra trainer, which is a great product as well. We use both, and they have their places. So just so you can see here, the lid lifts up. That does not turn the AED on. You still have to press the AED or the on button here, and then it'll start talking to you. You have also, and I'll show you close up, some buttons here. So the first button allows you to switch between English and Spanish. The next button will allow you to select the shock scenarios. So you can have it to where it'll shock every single time after it analyzes, or it can shock the first time and the next time it analyzes it won't shock, or none of the times will it shock. So you can use that button to kind of select which scenario you want to give your students, which is a really useful tool. And then you've got a volume button, and you can make it quieter or louder. And then finally you have a pause play button. So you can manually, if you are in the middle of maybe instructing and you are trying to communicate what this does, you can play it. It goes through talking about removing clothes, and you can pause there and then instruct on why we remove clothes and things like that. Then hit play again, and then it'll talk about applying pads, and then you can pause it, talk about applying pads. But it could also be useful for students in some instances where they might want to be able to pause to ask a question or whatever the case may be. But certainly it's difficult to speak over the AEDs, so whenever you have something you want to communicate, or you have a student who has a question, you don't want them having to try to yell over the AED, so that pause play button can be really effective. Otherwise, you're usually left having to say, I'll answer that in a minute, or you have to bite your tongue and not speak until it's over, just so that you're not competing with the AED. The pads are already attached. You're just going to pull them out. They crack open like this, and there's a pad on each one of these plastic pieces. The pads easily peel off, and in the center of the pad is going to be a pressure sensor. And so when you apply it on the mannequin, which we'll do here in a second, it will detect that you have applied that pad, and it will begin analyzing. This is a great feature. It's probably one of the features that our students comment on the most, because a lot of AED trainers don't do that. You apply the pads, and whether they're applied or not, the AED trainer will just continue on with its analysis after a selected period of time that's already pre-programmed into it. The other an AED will be more manual and will require you to press a button on a remote for it to move on to the analysis portion. So the fact that you get this real-time feedback where it doesn't move on to the analysis until the pads have been properly applied and pressed down firmly, I really like that. And that kind of high fidelity training is important for your students. And so this is one of the reasons why I really push and love the Prestan products, not just their mannequins, which are phenomenal and innovative, but that innovation carries over right into their AED trainers as well. Now, the Professional Series also comes with a remote, and so if you want to have even more control, and it's not enough to control like with this button that I showed you, when it shocks, when it doesn't shock, but you want to manually be able to control the settings in real time. That's where that remote comes in handy and works well for those instances. So let's just demonstrate really quick here how this is going to work. You've got your AED trainer. You're going to open it up, press the on button, starts talking.
Apply pads as shown in the pictures.
Going to open it up.
Pads as shown in the pictures.
One pad.
Press pads firmly on skin.
Two pad.
Do not touch the patient.
All clear.
Heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient. Analyzing heart rhythm. Shock advised. Do not touch the patient. Press the flashing shock.
All clear. The red button here is going to be flashing.
Shock button now.
So we'll go ahead and press that.
Shock delivered. Begin CPR.
And then we'll resume. And as you can hear, it has a metronome in it, which is pretty realistic. Most AEDs now also come with metronomes, or what they call coaching devices. And so this can help with your students, not only help them with the proper rate for compressions, but also kind of start cultivating them to get used to the fact that if they use an AED, that a lot of real AEDs are going to have this clicking or this metronome going on as well. And so that won't throw them off in the real world. Great product, and I hope this review was helpful. Again, this is Andrew with CPR Instructor Affiliates, powered by Prime Medical Training. I hope that review was helpful for you. You can find a discount code in the description below for WorldPoint that you can use on any and all of their products. If you liked this video and it was helpful to you, don't forget to also subscribe and hit that like button. And if you have questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I will answer those for you. Thanks so much.